The population of humanoid robots on Earth continues to grow unabated. Everybody and their IT person has seen Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot now, and what's going on with bipedal bots at Caltech would probably make the T1000 sit up and take notice. But nothing, and I mean nothing, as far as we know anyway, appears to be more realistic than Engineered Art's newest robot, Ameca. Say hello to Ameca and plan your escape route. The video is just a sample of what this thing can do, but Engineered Arts gives us enough of a taste of Ameca to want a little bit more, and also a lot less. The humanoid robot, which doesn't have much faux skin and muscle apart from what's on its face and hands, is stunningly realistic. Not only are the robot's movements exceptionally fluid, but its face also seems totally natural, skipping around the uncanny valley so many robots fall into. As for the tech itself, it seems the robot's combination of mechanical limbs and ligaments, actuators, and sensor arrays are cutting edge. Although Engineered Arts has been around since 2005, which means it's had nearly 16 years to perfect its humanoid bots. Incidentally, the company's first robot was a mechanical thespian robot for the stage. Sadly, it was not Calculon. In its figurative head, however, Ameca is somewhat lacking. Engineered Arts makes it clear Ameca doesn't use anything like pure AI, aka artificial general intelligence. And regarding conversation, Ameca is essentially a chatbot in one heck of a metal chassis. Although Engineered Arts says users can easily talk through the robot remotely. Aside from a potential starring role in AI Part 2, which I would definitely watch, Ameca has many uses, mainly as an entertainer at conventions and the like, where its lifelike facade and manner apparently never ceases to amaze people. And that's without AI that could turn it into something that would likewise probably be amazed by us. Well, if you didn't get in on the Tesla Cyber Whistle, you probably missed out on the Cyber Quad for kids as well. But that is exactly what Tesla has released, quietly that is. It's a $1,900 four-wheel ATV for kids that is modeled after the Cybertruck. It's available on Tesla's website, at least until it sells out, and will begin shipping in about 2 weeks or so. The surprise announcement comes more than 2 years after Tesla announced a full-size Cyberquad ATV that would complement the futuristic Cybertruck. The Cyberquad has not yet shipped, however. This new pint-sized Cyberquad is designed for kids 8 years old and up, and ones that have parents that can afford to buy them a $2,000 toy. It includes a steel frame, cushioned seat, and adjustable suspension with rear disc braking. There's even an LED light bar to complete the cyberpunk look. This all-electric ATV has a top speed of 10 miles an hour. Come on, it's for kids. And the battery will power it for about 15 miles of range. There are 3 speed settings as well, 5, 10, and 5 miles an hour in reverse. Tesla says it will take up to 5 hours to completely charge, and the battery range can be affected by users' weight, the riding terrain, and the speed setting. The Cyberquad for kids will only ship in the US right now, and Tesla isn't guaranteeing that the ATV will arrive prior to the holidays. Moving on to medical technology, a patient has finally been fitted with a highly realistic 3D printed prosthetic eye for the first time ever. Patient Steve Vers received the high-tech version of a permanent replacement for his traditional prosthetic eye. It makes me feel more comfortable and more confident, he told On Demand News. If I can't spot the difference, I know other people won't spot the difference either. Fraunhofer worked with British company Occupy Ltd on a new process that's faster and far less invasive. Previously, doctors would need to make a mold of the eye socket, something that's so difficult for kids that they need to go under a general anesthetic. Now the team can do a non-invasive 2.4-second scan that delivers a precise measurement of the eye socket. That data is combined with a color-calibrated image of the healthy eye and transferred over Fraunhofer's Cuttlefish eye system, which rapidly creates a 3D print model. The software is particularly apt at making a realistic representation of even transparent materials, according to Fraunhofer. The model is then printed out by a company called Fit AG, which has experience in additive manufacturing for medical technology. From there, the prostheses are inspected and given a final polish and touch-up by oculartists. With a single 3D printer, Occupy can potentially fulfill the annual requirement of around 10,000 prostheses required for the UK market, according to a press release. Versus Prosthetic is a precursor to a forthcoming clinical trial that will evaluate the effectiveness of 3D printed eyes versus traditional handmade eyes, according to the University College London. Around 40 patients will be recruited to assess the movement, look, fit, comfort, and, discharge of the fake eye. This new eye looks fantastic, and being based on 3D printed digital technology, it's only going to be better and better. Okay, I know robots are scary, and yes, most likely they're going to take over the world and kill us all, but they're still really cool. This one especially. Birds take off and land on a wide range of complex surfaces. In contrast, current robots are pretty limited in their ability to dynamically grasp irregular objects. For decades, scientists have been trying to create machines that mimic the way birds fly and perch. Now, a team at Stanford University has created a biomimetic robot that can dynamically perch on complex surfaces and grasp irregular objects just like a bird. Well, pretty close anyway. The team has built a pair of bird-like legs named Stereotyped Nature-Inspired Aerial Graspers, or SNAG, that can fit a quadricopter drone, enabling them to fly around, catch and carry objects, and perch on various surfaces. This advancement could allow flying robots to conserve power in situations where they might otherwise be required to hover. SNAG is based on specifically the legs and claws of a peregrine falcon. In place of bones, it has a 3D printed structure which took 20 versions to perfect, and motors and fishing lines stand in for muscles and tendons. Each leg has its own motor for moving back and forth and another to handle the grasping. The result is that the robot has an especially strong and high-speed clutch that can be triggered to close in about 20 milliseconds. Once wrapped around a branch, Snag's ankles lock in, and an accelerometer on the right foot reports that the robot has landed and triggers a balancing algorithm to stabilize it. In tests, the researchers showed that the robot's ability to catch objects thrown by hand included a prey dummy, a cornhole beanbag, and a tennis ball. Lastly, the forest test showed that Snag could land and hold onto branches of different thicknesses, textures, bumps, and offshoots, and whether it was dry or slick with water, it didn't really matter. Stanford engineers envision countless possible applications for this perching robot, including search and rescue and wildlife monitoring. It can also be attached to technologies other than drones.